All right, so does everybody have Maya open?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Perfect. I need to find mine. Hang on one second. Here we go. Perfect.
I put Jeff Brodsky and it popped up.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Okay, so we got Maya. Let's talk.
Sorry, I had an issue where the
That's me. Perfect. So let's talk about hierarchies real quick. So let's just make a couple of objects or shapes. So let's go to create, and we'll go to polygon primitives, and you could make whatever you want: sphere, cube, cones, any of those things. I'm gonna make one of each. So go to create polygon primitives, and then you could pick different. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to make 3 to start out, and I have my outliner open, and if you don't have yours, the way you find it is you go up under Windows. Oops, this keeps annoying me. If you go to Windows and then down here, towards 2/3 down is outliner, and you click that. It should either pop up here, or it might pop up like this. And if it's like this and you want to dock it, if you don't want to, if you have 2 monitors, if you're pretty slick and you got a cool setup, you can have all your little menus off to the side. But if you have 1 monitor, it's good to kind of dock it. So if you take your mouse and just drag it over.
Wait, which one did you?
The outliner. So if you go to Windows.
Okay, Windows.
And go to outliner, it'll pop up, and if it's not docked, you just click at the top and drag it over to the left or wherever you want to dock it to, and you should see a little blue bar pop up like that, and then that's kind of showing you where it's going to be.
Right, I got it.
Sweet. So in here we can see I have my P sphere 1, P cube 1, and P cone 1. I'm not going to name those right now, but the P stands for polygon. And you could either select them in here, or you could select them in your viewport and just grab your move tool, which is the W key on the keyboard. And you could just kind of move them around just to make it so you can see all of them. And again, if a quick way to kind of zoom in on them is to hit the A key, which kind of frames everything into your camera view. So let's practice making a little hierarchy here. So I want the top of the hierarchy to be my cone, let's say. And so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my sphere, I'm going to hold down Shift and select my cube as well, and then hold down Shift again, and lastly I'm going to select my cone. So whatever you select last is going to be the parent, and then you hit the P key to parent it. So now if I click my cone, all these get highlighted at the same time to show that they're part of that hierarchy. And if I move my cone, it moves the sphere and the cube with it because they're children of that cone now. And if you look in the outliner, they haven't disappeared, but there's a plus sign now next to the cone. So if I hit the plus next to there, we see kind of indented underneath there is our sphere and our cube. So that it's almost like when you're looking at folders inside of a file browser. You click on a folder, there's a plus sign next to it, and it'll show what's in it. And this is very much like the same thing. So if I move this cone someplace, it'll take these little guys with us. Now, if I also wanted to make, before I move on to the next thought, you could move the children independently of the parent because they don't control the parent controls the child. So you could grab these guys and move them independently. We can make a 3-tiered hierarchy. I could take my cube and parent it to my sphere. So I would grab the child first and then hold down Shift and grab the parent and then hit the P key to parent the cube to the sphere. So now my outliner, I have this the cone is the top, the sphere is the second intermediate child, and then the cube is a child of the sphere. So now if I, Justin?
Hi guys. Hi everybody. How are you?
Do you like bring drinks to people?
Yep, that's my job. That's my only job here. There's some stickers. Somewhere.
Stickers and drinks.
There are stickers for you guys. We're gonna get one back here.
So yeah, so now if we get a similar effect where if I move the cone, it's going to move the sphere and the cube with it. But now if I move the sphere, because it's a parent of the cube, I can move it independently of the cone, but it also moves the sphere, and the bottom rung on the ladder is the cube, and if I move that, it just moves by itself.
Sorry, I have a question.
What's the question?
I
Wanted a drink?
have to pay.
Oh, for drinks?
Like, because I work at the production team, so theoretically I have money because they give you a free card,
Oh, right.
but I don't have one on me.
You could probably get it for free if you work here, I think.
I don't work here, I volunteer. I say I work there because I am physically working.
Sure, yeah. I bet Justin will.
Probably
get it,
that's
but-
how it works. I mean, yeah, but you'd be surprised. Like, I don't know. It, like, what is it?
All right, so let's play around.
Snobby.
So let's play around with these guys for a little bit, and you could unparent stuff too. So if you grab, let's say, the sphere and you don't want to parent it to the cone anymore, you could click on it with your middle mouse button, and you could drag it out from underneath it, and it should. Maybe if I go above it there, it should come out. Did it? Yeah, it did. And if I did the same thing with the cube, if I click on the cube and middle mouse drag it, and it kind of like if I dragged it on top of this cube, or I'm sorry, the cone, I'm getting mixed up with my shapes, and it looks like that, like there's like a box around it, I think it'll just parent it to that cone. But if you middle mouse drag it and it turns into like a thin line, then it just parents it back to the world, which is the flat hierarchy. So yeah, take a few seconds and just kind of mess around with parenting. You hold down shift, and whatever you pick last is going to be the parent. And if I pick the cone and shift select the cube and hit P, it's going to parent everything to the cube.
Just out of curiosity, like the animation,